Yeah. Walk up in the Barneys and I get what I want. I really hang with niggas richer than Trump, for real. And the flow so cold it'll give you the mumps. You niggas pussy like that time of the month, for real. Rose gold, everything. It feel like the Rose Bowl. Niggas, they ain't fucking with me. They feel like my old hoes. Got them in they feelings cause they bitches in a chokehold. I'm like 5 minutes away from getting a boatload and light my whole city up. Push it, go giddy up. Real nigga, any up. Them hoes know I got plenty up. Like Brooklyn, we gon' any up. Used to be a penny up, but now a nigga fendied up. Saint Laurent Da Vinci'd up. The fastest grab my young nigga. I know he won't give me up. I look like a drug dealer. I can't put this in me up. My young bitch, she super bad. She love me just like India. My old eyes, they super mad. We left them pouring Henny up cause they homies got whacked. We bought Maybachs, came through they strip, no tent laid back. Niggas ain't no threats, no cap, they rats. And when they homies got checked, they ain't never get back. Fuck them. Yeah. Make sure you go get that motherfucking going bad. Meek Millie and Drizzy going back to back, you dig?
That record hard.
I always wanted a piece of this. I felt like you got over on me on this. I had to get my shit, pop my shit. Let them niggas smoke your cousin, you ain't ride yet.
What else?
RIP on Instagram and you ain't slide yet.
What else?
Stay on that corner every day, shit, they ain't high yet.
What else?
Don't wanna hear that gangster shit if they ain't died yet.
Facts.
We go to war for that fettuccine. Young niggas turning Buicks into Lamborghinis. I took bitches from the projects to Santorini.
Facts.
Got 350 on me now, but I ain't wearing Yeezys.
Facts.
Millie on my wrist, Millie on my bitch.
What else?
20 million in the bank, really on some shit.
Correct.
I give a fuck when niggas stink, they ain't on this tip. I'm on a whole nother wave, how I'm doing this shit.
Yeah.
Mafia, everything mafia. Salmon over lobster, we don't even eat tilapia.
Correct.
I done got bougie, more confident and cockier. Since I got some money, hoes suck that dick sloppier. Fucking on a bad bitch with a bad bitch on top of her. My young chick said she want a threesome, I got proud of her. She gon' fuck me good, and that chick, she was gon' follow her. I used to really lay crush on that little chick, but I got tired of her. How you turn that Grand Prix to a Lambo?
Whoa.
How you turn that mansion to a bando?
Whoa.
I be calling shots like I'm commando.
Whoa.
Get you wet running around like you was Rambo. Nigga, this a new level. New devil. Paddock look like it got 2 bezels. Who let you run these streets thinking you special?
Let's go.
They gon' put a halo on you when them goons catch you. I promise. Niggas, and they gon' find me. Mr. Niaga's kicking shit like it's Mr. Problem. Give me something else to keep that shit rolling. We gon' take this.
Hard.
Look.
Shutting the streets back. You see us funk.
Nigga, another one.
Meek Mill, we here. Juanita.
Frank, I never seen way to the Clearport. And real nigga credit don't work at the bank. Ain't about no money, what the fuck is you here for? Cause bad bitches only respect Benny Frank, I never seen a nigga trap and get 100 mil. And if he did get it, he ain't got 100 still. He in the child line cutting back for the double mill. They gave him wild time, went to try, he said fuck a deal. I want a brand new Bugatti, nigga, fuck a pill. Fuck a Percocet, I'm trying to pay my mother bills. Leave my son a will, so my son can chill. Take him off the block, so the cops won't hunt us still. I never seen a goon with 20 bodies. Get a new Ferrari and cut the roof up off him. If what I'm spitting hurt your feelings, I am truly sorry. So but I can only feed you. They try to bury us, ain't know that we were seeds. We had to trap and get no toys on Christmas Eve. Play that corner, made it rich, what we believed. Kill each other, that self-hate shit a disease, Target on your back, target on your back. Fast swinging red beams, target on your head. Just a nigga with a dream, target in the trap. Target on your back, target on your back. Capping on the ground won't make you successful. And looking in the mirror broke, it get stressful. And I ain't trying to play you cause I know you special. But all them bow wow challenges hope they don't catch you. All your real homies know you fraud and they let you. Once them bad bitches get a whip, they won't catch you. I got my advice. Down, nigga, hustle. Cause ain't no feeling when you get it from the muscle. Niggas is tripping, acting like it ain't a struggle. When they know you got it out the mud, it make them love you. Never let these niggas trap your mind in a bubble. The minute you get locked up, niggas gonna say fuck you. And you gonna be super sick, you gonna wanna rumble. Lock about some stupid shit, aren't you? You gonna need a loader too. You too loud, Jeezy go. My man Jeezy go crazy. He give me all the energy in the world too. This is my guy. I can hear you loud. You coming loud.
Killing them.
Let's go. Let me get something else. On the wrist. And indictments come with football. Moving like, yeah.
Right?
Nah, I need, yeah.
Hard. Good high music.
Just dying in my hood like it's normal.
Right.
And selling crack won't get you rich, hate to alarm you.
Right.
I'm spitting facts cause I don't want to misinform you. My job is done just to say that I ain't warn you. It ain't no sunshine out the window. We get a rush from rocking diamonds in the benzo. Moving like Lorenzo. For them dead presidents, it was evident we was sin though. Get locked behind the wall, you irrelevant. Where your friends go? Probably at your bitch though. She hungry as a hippo. So she gon' fuck your dog for some Louis, Gucci, or Kenzo. So while you in the cell reminiscing how you was lit though. And ballin' with some niggas that wouldn't send you a pic though. It was loyalty to it, came to them lawyer fees. And indictments come with football numbers for quarter keys. And the feds sees all of the cribs and auto V's. And the point of lawyers ain't fighting for you, they talking please. Ain't nowhere to turn when that money burn. Was a Balenciaga bandit when you got your turn. I seen them other guys' mistakes and I watch and learn.
Right.
Dudes that they ride for, not concerned. For the love of drug money, it was lit. My OG told me that'll get you rich.
Facts.
Handcuffs shine like diamonds on the wrist.
What else?
Flood the rollie for this time that we gon' get, yeah. Kings killing kings, we the KKK. Load up, spin a corner, let that AK spray. Young niggas dying in my hood every day. Lockers in them chains, they say we the new slaves. Huh.
They see us.
But this ain't a game of ball, we letting semis off. Niggas that I went to school with wanna pick me off. I told my dog I'm gonna trap the rap, he said you getting soft. I just made like 30 mil, and the feds just picked them off. They give him 30 years, I swear I wish he seen the shit I saw. He callin' while I'm on a jet, thinking that I missed his calls on purpose. Ain't nobody perfect, and yeah, I used to trap too. I knew it wasn't worth it, but I ain't trying to judge you, I'm just saying make a purchase. Buy a house before you buy a watch and all these bitches' purses. None of them hoes won't take the time to write in cursive. Send you a letter and spray that paper with some perfume. I know a nigga that got a Bentley, but they murked them. Them V-Twizzies that turned to hearses. Graveyards turn to bedrooms. And ain't no space up in that casket, ain't no leg room. Ain't no love in this shit for real. Everybody going to jail while they getting killed. Get a life sentence, now you taking Benadryl. From Philippe Child to Child Line just to get your meals.
Ain't no room up in
Debo.
that casket because there ain't no leg room.
It ain't no leg room in that casket. I be trying to get a
Mic check, mic check. All right, we live, people. All right, we ready to roll, people. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Salute to everybody. We made it. It's Monday, June the 16th, ladies and gentlemen. So big shout outs to everybody, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Shout out to my brother TJ up in the building already, man. Salute to you. Make sure y'all smash the like button as y'all come on in. Subscribe to the channel if it's your first time. Share out the stream. Let everybody know where we at. We are for memberships. That link is pinned at the top of the chat. Y'all rocking with the gifted one here, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness. Big shout outs to everybody out there. To the members of the channel, man. I appreciate y'all. We're going to give it a couple minutes before we start the official show. Let the room fill in a little bit. You know, I know a lot of people busy. You know, it's Monday. It's a lot of running around always at the beginning of the work week. So we're going to vibe out for a little bit, and then we're going to start off the show, all right? Bet. You understand what I'm saying? It's straight facts out there. So, yeah, let's rock out. Say what's up. If you're here, you just want to kick back and relax and watch the show, then that is welcome as well, all right? Just make sure y'all smash the like button for your boy. We outside. You understand what I'm saying? It's straight facts out here. Shout out to my brother Molly in the building. Molly, what's good, my brother? Yo, I told you in the Discord the rematch early access is live. You know that, right? And don't mind if this square right here behind me falls, don't mind it, please. I mean, it's gonna look crazy, but I don't know what's going on with it. It keeps on falling for some reason. But hey, whatever. It is what it is. Y'all rocking with the gifted one here, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness. Hopefully everybody had an incredible weekend. Last week was a little crazy week, man. Not gonna hold you. Not gonna hold you, man. Let me see something here. Boom. Mic check. Y'all can still hear me, right? Let me know if y'all can still hear me good. I'm trying out I'm trying out that thing on Discord as well, cuz I was having issues like streaming on the Discord, but I finally got the camera to turn on. So hopefully everything is sounding good over there on Discord as well. Yeah, man. Shout outs to everybody. We're going to give it a couple more minutes and we're going to start off the main show, all right? We're going to start the show. A couple topics here. I'm going to try to get through them as quickly as possible, all right? Yo, Molly, appreciate you, my brother. Facts. But yeah, the rematch is out. Okay? If you pre-ordered the premium edition, I believe it is. And also what I was gonna say, The Alters. I was playing The Alters, bro, on Game Pass. Woo! Yo, that game looks incredible, bro. That game is, that's a sleeper right there. The Alters, that's a sleeper right there, my brother. Yo, Gifted, I saw you was watching Whoops with Hip Hop Gamer. He was dropping real knowledge over there. He should do more podcasts for real. That was fire. Absolutely. Shout outs to Hip Hop Gamer. He's in the streets. You know what I'm saying? This is what I be trying to tell people. Like, he's actually in the streets. He's actually talking to the people. You know, getting all this inside information. Now, like I was telling y'all, right? Not everything is gonna hit, right? Because a company could tell you one thing today. Let's say a company has a goal. And let's say that by October, Microsoft is gonna, let's say, announce a new game, whatever, right? They're gonna announce a new game by October. From here, that's what they told Hip Hop. So from here to October, if something happens in between that Microsoft decided to change their minds, there's nothing Hip Hop could do about that. He's letting you know what somebody from Microsoft, not from an insider or something like that. He's speaking with people directly within the company. So if somebody from Microsoft is telling him directly that we're going to announce a new game by October, and it doesn't happen, there's nothing he could do about that. Because obviously something must have changed within the company. They probably changed their mind. Something must have happened that they threw the plan away. What you want him to do? Go back and be like, oh, what happened? Like, nah. It's just something that you don't have no control over that. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's not like the initial, what you call it? Story, the initial report that he gets directly from somebody within the company. He's getting it from that, not from a Tom Henderson or a Jeff Grubb or an insider. No. So it's a difference. But yeah, man, I was in there. No speculation, just 100% knowledge. Facts. Straight facts. I was in there. Oh, you saw me in the chat. I was in there. You know what I'm saying? Putting in work in the chat. Nobody had any answers for me. I told them, it's the gifted one over here, people. Sorry to break it to you. I was in that chat going hard body. Nobody had no answers for me. What you want me to do? I was in there destroying them. Unbelievable. But shout outs to that Whoops podcast, man. That was a good show on Saturday. You know? That was a good show on Saturday, man. So shout outs to them, man. You know, it's sad that I got here a little too late in YouTube. So I never really got a chance to like what you call it? Like really get acquainted with them, you know, like with Barry and Persona. Like I never really got a chance. I got in this late. You know, by the time I got here and all this, they were probably already thinking of like heading out. So, you know. But it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy, man. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And you know what the thing is? Oh, you saw my super chat? Oh, you already know I was in there. Hard body, too. Because it's crazy work. Because people hanging on. You know what it is? These people are hanging on to the financials of the company. Like, oh, but Sony's doing great. This, that, and the third. I'm like, bro, forget the finances. Forget all that. There's so many things that go into finances when a company is successful. You know, like, third party has a huge percentage in the success of Sony and a lot of other things. And I'm like, yo, don't talk to me about the final. Whatever. I don't care. When they got to the studios part, the first part, I said, okay, now you could talk to me. Now let's have a conversation. Let's talk. Nobody got nothing to say. I'm like, oh, how about this? I'm like, oh, how about this? Nothing to say. How about this? Nobody got anything to say. I'm like, okay, there you go. But, what I was gonna say, oh, with the whoops, it's so crazy to me, right? How people like, even though I love PlayStation, right? They love PlayStation. Like the whoops, they love PlayStation. Like most of us, I love PlayStation. Like, you know, the people that rep the PlayStation, the people that came with PlayStation from the first PlayStation days, back in '94. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to see them, I'm not saying that this is how they're thinking. I don't say that this is why they're moving how they move. I'm not saying that they're looking for any of that. I'm not saying nothing. Okay? I'm just speaking from the outside, looking in. to see people like that, like them on the whoops, to have a dedicated show, podcast. So within that PlayStation ecosystem, it's all about PlayStation. Like the show is actually full-heartedly dedicated to PlayStation. They buy all the games. They buy all the accessories. They have a full-blown podcast that is all about PlayStation. They buy collector's editions of games. Everything under the sun that includes PlayStation, they own it. Right? But PlayStation don't rock with them. PlayStation never sends them anything. Well, as far as I'm concerned, as far as what I've seen and things like that. Nothing. Nothing at all. PS5 Pro comes out. Correct me if I'm wrong. You could correct me if I'm wrong. Okay? This is not a I'm right thing, you're wrong. No. You could correct me. If I'm wrong, then I'll be like, oh, all right, cool, I'll take it back. Because I've even heard them say, I believe it was like they was trying to do something with Sony and this, that, and the third. And Sony was like, oh, nah, we good. They were like, oh, nah, we good. We don't want to do that, whatever, blah, 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 whatever. Mind you, these people buy everything. And Molly, you should know more than me when it comes to that. When you're talking about like true fans of the brand, people that actually play games, buy accessories, who have a full-blown podcast. The PlayStation 5 Pro comes out. Who they sending those consoles to? Did they send them one? That's all I want to know, yes or no, because I don't know the answer. Did they send them a PS5 Pro for review? Yes or no? And that question is for you, Molly, if you still here. Did Sony send them a PlayStation 5 Pro for review? Yes or no? Because I then have another question that's going to follow that one. So, Molly, if you're still here, that question is for you. Okay? That question is for you. Because I got a follow-up as soon as you finish that one. As soon as you answer me that question. Okay? Well, nah, they ain't send them a PS5 Pro. Okay, there you go. Look at how you started. They very closed off when it comes to what fans and whatever, blah, blah, blah. They didn't send them nothing. This, that, and the third, right? Sony, you saying how Sony moves. They very closed off. Now, I had a follow-up question, right? So now my follow-up question is, did they send Paris a PS5 Pro to review? Yes or no? Simple question. Did they send Paris Lily a PS5 Pro for review? Yes or no? When he was all up in the camera like this, did they send that man a PS5 Pro? Yes or no? With a smile from ear to ear. Talk about my review's coming in a couple of days. Stay tuned. What we doing? So what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Right? I'm not saying that that's how they feel, right? So don't take my words and be like, oh, I'm not saying that's how they feel. I'm not saying that's what they do it for. I'm not saying they feel some type of way towards the company because of that. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying from outside looking in. You understand? It don't get more positive towards the brand than those guys, is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? It don't get any more positive, any more supportive than those two guys towards that brand. And look at how it is with them. You want me to not go ahead and say what I gotta say about PlayStation because you want to be a fanboy and do whatever? That ain't me. I'm not rocking like that. I already told y'all why I was here from the beginning. I'm not gonna explain it again. I'm not doing that. When I need to call out whoever I need to call out, I'm gonna call out point blank, period. And I don't care who feels about whatever the hell I'm talking about. Point blank, period. You understand? That's why. That's why. It's absolutely disgusting. And another thing that hip hop said that day, right? Another thing that hip hop said that day, which I keep on saying. This was one of the things that I said back in my older videos. That I was like, oh, I got a message. I believe it was when I was talking about Sir Brovian. When he came up. And I had a message for the PlayStation community. Right? I believe it was that video that I made a couple months back. What I said. You see how hip-hop was on Saturday? Talking about his experience? Think about it. Summer Game Fest. Just think about it. Summer Game Fest. How he was talking about it on Saturday. All the fun that he had. The vibes that was out there in Summer Game Fest. Everybody's there. Right? Everybody's there rocking out. Almost the whole industry was at Summer Game Fest. What he says. It was also great to see, the Xbox community. He mentions Iron Lords. And everybody else that he mentions, I forgot their names, from the Xbox community. It was great to see my boys from the Xbox community. We was all hanging out, chilling, just positive vibes. Everybody's having a ball. This, that, and the third. Everybody's playing video games over here. Where the PlayStation people at? I'm away. Where the PlayStation people at? That's all I'm saying. Where they at? It's like, that's what I was saying about Brovian in that video. I said, bro, Brovian don't know nothing about the Xbox. Now, I'm not saying that is right, that is wrong, that whatever. I'm not saying none of that. I just need you to pay attention to the scenario. I need you to pay attention to what's going on. What happened? What did everybody do? Even though I don't believe him, right? I'm not talking about that that I believe the guy, I'm not saying about none of that because I don't believe him. Okay? I don't believe him. I don't believe his story. I don't believe none of that. It's just like what happened. Like everybody from that community has something to say. Everybody, fast forward, look how he shot up to like 10,000 subscribers in less than a week. He only had like 1,000 subscribers at the moment. Right? Like the embracement, like the fact that they like open arms. Well, like, yeah, come to the show. I'm gonna go to your show. Boom, boom, boom. Even the likes of Cole Eastwood, with all his followings, all of his subscribers, open the door. Yo, check him out. Blah, 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 boom, boom, boom. Right? Where you see a PlayStation community at? Where? These people be opening each other's podcasts. They be going over here. Yo, come through the podcast tomorrow. Bat, boom. Them people be like this. You see these people everywhere. Boom, 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 whatever. They be playing video games, streaming it. Yo, come through, boom, boom, everybody, boom, boom, boom. Where the PlayStation people at? Oh, nah. You good? We don't. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm good. I don't like the way he talks. No. What? Where they at? Where they at? The vibes is so different. The vibes are so different. Like, that's what he was saying on Saturday. Like, bro, like, people hate just to show love. People hate to, like, why I gotta be that? That's why he was like, yo, when people are around me, I'll make them feel special. I'll make them feel like, you know, like with open arms. I bring them in. Like, bro, like, yo, we here. Don't worry about it. Like, boom, boom, boom. Not in the PlayStation community. Where everybody at in the PlayStation community? I don't see nobody. All I see is a bunch of Xbots that are salty, that are heartbroken from the Xbox 360 day. So all they want to do is talk trash about Xbox. That's all I see. That's all I see. Because what else is there to talk about? They ain't asking questions. They ain't asking where Corey at. They ain't asking what the hell Neil Druckmann is doing. They over here going hard at the finances, like I give a damn. I did like Porter Rock's video when the part 2. He's doing a great job, by the way, breaking that down with the whole fireside. He's gonna do a fireside, breaking down the games and all that. Oh yeah, that's the reality right there. PlayStation don't know what the hell they doing. Forget about the numbers. The numbers are there because I told you why they there. PlayStation has become the default console. Okay? Xbox is not a competitor. They've never been a competitor. They tried. They got a little hot, but that was it. To be a real competitor, you got to build on that. You can't be a one-hit wonder. Right? Like, you got to be more than that. And that's all Xbox was, a one-hit wonder. And that was it. So they were never really a competition. So PlayStation could basically do whatever the hell they want to do. You know, it's just unfortunate that the competition that decided to come into the space happened to be Microsoft. And everything Microsoft does, sadly, unfortunately, like our boy Steve Jobs said, they do it without taste. They don't got no swag. They ultimately, they're going to end up failing because they don't know what the hell they doing. That's why they shut everything down. Everything they touch, just give it a couple years, and it's gonna shut down. It's absolutely ridiculous and disgusting at the same time. Michael saying they playing on their couches where they belong. You don't even see okay, so stay in your couch. You don't even see the camaraderie on the internet in their couches. That's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. But anyways, it's, you only see things like this in the gaming community. That's the whole thing about it, and that's why it's so sad. Because by you saying that, everybody else is having a great time over there, enjoying the gaming community. That's like the new E3, basically. PlayStation is nowhere to be found. The PlayStation community is nowhere to be found. Everybody else is there. The people that play PC, the Xbox community, everybody from Capcom to all the damn studios, everybody and their mothers over there, except for PlayStation. These people don't think about no celebrating. These 30th anniversary passes all along. We don't get nothing from them. What people say, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, they did give us a 30th anniversary bundle. Where's the showcase at, though? We couldn't get no 30th anniversary showcase? That's what y'all saying? The vibes are different. That's what hip-hop was saying. When you get around these crowds, when you go to the events, is where you actually see the real, community. It ain't no more about console warring. It ain't no more about mine is better than yours. None of that. That's when the community, it's like, forget all that. We here to celebrate the games. That's what this is about. We don't get none of that from PlayStation. We don't get none of that from the PlayStation community. Everything is just buy your game, buy your accessory, buy. That's all we get. That's all we got. So for people who be up in here trying to tell me how to run my show, how to talk the way I'm talking, nobody sends me a check. I don't work for nobody. I said what I had to say already. I praised PlayStation to the beginning of my channel. I got nothing else to say. I praised them for the last 8 months. I destroyed Xbox. If you've been with my channel from the beginning, I have destroyed Xbox and Microsoft. So I'm just not going to be one of these. I'm not heartbroken by Xbox. I don't have an issue with Microsoft. I don't. I didn't go through those times that I want that old thing back. I want that 360 day. That ain't me. I didn't go through that. I don't feel no type of way. I'm good. So I'm not gonna make my channel an Xbox hate channel and just any bad information. I already did all that. I explained everything. I explained why PlayStation is better than Microsoft. I explained everything that they do better than Microsoft, why they do it better. I'm good. Ain't nothing else to say. Now, I'm moving on from that. I give props where props is due, and I continue to call out the company or the brand or the game studio that I need to call out, and that's it. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I could care less. Xbox Game Pass is on fire right now. PC Game Pass, that's what I told you. If you're on a PC and you're not affording $11 a month to be playing these Game Pass, to pay for Game Pass, you missing out. PC Game Pass is on fire right now. And there's more to come. I'm playing The Alters right now. That game is fire. I play Doom. You can play Avowed. You can play Indiana Jones. The Alters is there. Expedition 33 is there. Stalker 2 is up in there. Everything else is up in there. Hellblade 2. You got everything in there right now. And the ones that are coming. Perfect Dark. State of Decay 3. Clockwork Revolution. The new Gears. Gears Reloaded. By the way, you could have played Gears Reloaded beta on Game Pass. You didn't even have to buy it. You could have just boot it up and start playing Gears of War. You didn't even have to buy it. Okay. Gears of War E-Day is coming. The new Halo. The new Forza. The Fable. It's heating up over there. Those are $11. They looking kind of good right now. So I got to give them credit for that. Whether the games are good or not, I'm not talking about none of that right now. But they go on a Game Pass. So that's why I'm saying if you're on PC, there's no reason for you not to be on Game Pass. But anyways, man. That was kind of a long rant. I don't even know how I got there, honestly. But whatever. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button, man. Let me get into these topics here because, yeah. We're going to get the party started, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button. Y'all rocking with the gifted one here, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness. Shout outs to everybody that's in the building, people. When you stand on business, okay? When you stand on business, this is what happens, okay? This is what happens when you stand on business. Because Randy Pitchford comes out today. And he says that it's not $80. It will be a standard $69.99. Okay? Across the board. Now, why I say if you stand on business, things happen. This is why I'm saying that. Because if you look, to me, if you look at the other editions, right? The deluxe is $100. The super deluxe is $130. Now, this is what it's looking like to me. It looks like they had the $80. I feel like it was about to be $80. And they somehow said, you know what, let's bring it down to 70. Now, I could be wrong, but I just, once they tested out the environment, the mood, I feel like they say, yo, let's bring that down to 70, man. But I could be wrong because it looks to me also like they bumped up $30 each one. So the standard is 70. The deluxe is 100, right? Which is 30. And the super deluxe is 130, which is the super deluxe edition. So you know what? They might have had it at 70, but who knows? But I just feel like they were really, really thinking about $80 because I don't think he would have came out and said a comment like that. So I feel like they were testing the waters, and look, people stood on business, and here we are. This is what happens, bro. This is what happens right here. So Borderlands 4 will be $70, but if you want more, that's when it's going to get interesting. $100 is the next one up. Will you pay for all that? That's up to you. Also, if you're on PC, the specs came out, okay? The specs officially came out on PC, and this is it right here, okay? Don't go for the minimum, okay? I'll always go for the recommended, okay? So they're recommending an Intel Core i7 12000 series or a Ryzen 7 5800X with 32 gigabytes of RAM and a graphics card of a RTX 3080 or Radeon RX 6800 XT. So you don't need a supercomputer to play this game. So I am expecting this game to sell a lot. I think this game is going to be very successful, okay? By the looks of what we saw in that state of play, and them actually leaving the price at $70. I think this is going to be a huge success, especially looking at these PC specs. 3080, you don't need a supercomputer to run this game, okay? So that's huge right there, right? Also, standing on business is this right here. Sony quietly removing the PC sale restrictions in dozens of countries for 4 huge PlayStation games, all right? And I think I spoke to y'all about this already. But this is just what happens when you stand on business right here. You know, I did speak to you about this, but you know, it just is sad that by them doing that, it took all the momentum away from Helldivers 2. And that's even before this happened, because I don't know if y'all remember, because Arrowhead shot themselves in the foot, and then Sony came after them and completely, like, destroyed the whole momentum of the game. Because in the beginning, everything was good, a smash, and if y'all was there from the beginning of the game, y'all know that the railgun was like the #1 support gun in the game. Fast forward, I think people were complaining that the railgun was too OP or whatever. I think they had a poll, and a lot of people voted for them to nerf it. Fast forward, they end up nerfing the railgun. From that moment, this is a true story. From that moment that they did that, people started leaving the game. I know. Why? Because it happened to me. I didn't leave the game, but people that I knew were leaving the game because of that. Because it took the fun out of it. It took the fun out of the game. You're already starting to nerf guns. You're already starting to take the fun away from the game. You're making it more challenging now. You're making it more stressful. Everybody was enjoying the game. This is a PvE game, not a PvP. You didn't need to do all that, especially that early. Let people enjoy your game. Think about that down the line. Not right there. The game just came out, bro. They already had nerfed the best gun in the game, which was the railgun. So when that moment happened, I'm telling you, this is a true story. As soon as they nerfed the railgun, the momentum went down. People left the game. I was like, nah, it's good, it's good. Everybody, nah, bro. Nah, look, not killing people as fast now, the bugs. And then fast forward, the PSN requirements completely destroyed the momentum. Forget about it. It was over at that point. And the game has never recovered back to where it was from that moment on. It never recovered. So they finally do this, but this is another thing that I'm saying. When you stand on business, this is what happens. This is what happens. They were trying to basically force you to sign in. And the thing was that a lot of countries did not, couldn't sign into a PSN account. They were locked out. So instead of Sony just being appreciative of people actually buying the game and enjoying it and playing it, what they try to do, they try to force it on. Sorry about that. So what they try to do, they try to force you into their ecosystem so they can count you as a monthly active user. They wanted to put your number in their finances. That's what ended up happening. So you sacrifice the game, the momentum that the game had. So you could try to force these people to get a PSN account, and granted, because at that moment I was like, yo, but just sign in. I don't understand. But it was the fact that in those regions, you couldn't sign in to a PSN account. It was restricted. So they were automatically locked out. So that was the difference. Instead of building on the game, building on those sales numbers, and telling people, yes, you don't need an account. Go buy it. No. Just completely destroyed the game, and they have never recovered from it. Till this day, they have not recovered. So This is just another thing about, you know, coming together and standing on business, and then things like this happen. So, is it a little too late? Too little, too late? I don't know. Whatever. It don't even matter no more. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that one. We're gonna keep it moving now because where we at? Here we are. Okay. Here we are. Because apparently, Stellar Blade sells 1 million units on PC. That's 19 times faster than on PlayStation 5. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get into this real quick. Stellar Blade has proven that time means nothing to a good game. With the recent PC launch of the post-apocalyptic sexy slasher hitting 1 million sales in just 3 days. To put that into perspective, when Stellar Blade was released on PlayStation 5 in April 2024, it took almost 2 months to hit the same milestone. It helps that the game is being bolstered by hundreds of lewd mods, which form the backbone of the community in the PC market. In a post on the South Korean site, Ruli Web, it was revealed that Stellar Blade has secured 1 million PC sales in just 3 days, decimating the 58 or so days it took the game to hit 1 million sales on PS5. That brings the total sales of Stellar Blades to a substantial 3 million units. The upgraded version of Stellar Blade has been turning heads and has become the #1 PlayStation or PC game to ever be released, pulling in a whopping peak player count of almost 200,000 users on Steam, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness. So it's topping the charts, destroying every other PlayStation port that has been introduced to the PC in the last few years, including The Last of Us, God of War, and Horizon. Okay? Let me check the numbers real quick, because I think they hit a new peak. I think they hit a new peak, right? Let me see. Oh yeah, they did 192,000. This is the new peak right here. That was hit yesterday. 192,000 people. Concurrent. Okay, so huge shout outs to Shift Up. If you don't know, Shift Up actually did the PC port. It wasn't PlayStation or nothing like that. They did it themselves. So huge shout outs to them. Unbelievable. But also, Shift Up is also saying that they hope to put out the sequel in 2027, but they have not started working on the game yet. Okay. Where is it that they say? Shift Up CEO Kim Hyung Tae relayed some interesting statements in the interview. The Korean publication. This is his game. The executive talked about Stellar Blade 2, stating that he hopes that the sequel could launch in 2027, although it's not all certain at the moment. This is what he has to say real quick, right? Yeah, that's right. As we were preparing the DLC, the volume grew more than expected. So we changed direction and proceeded with the next work. However, there have been many changes since then. Currently, all manpower has been invested in the PC version. So it's hard to say that the next work has been developed much. Hasn't. It's hard to say, okay, that it has been developed much. Sorry. Right now, we're in R&D period, thinking a lot about how can we show the vision of the next generation. To be honest, we've been fully committed to the releasing of the PC version following the PlayStation version. So now is the time to do proper R&D. It will be great to come out in 2027, but there are only 3 years left. So I can only say that we'll do our best. However, I can guarantee that we'll present a great work, okay? So they basically saying they only got 3 years left because their target is 2027. Actually, they got 2 years left. and they haven't even gotten to work because they've been focusing on the PC port of things, right? Like I told you, they the ones that did the PC port. So let's see. He's saying that regardless, whenever they come out, it's gonna be, you know, of high quality. So expect a good port when the what you call it, the second part comes out. All right, that's it right there for Shift Up and Celebrate, man. The game is incredible. I've been playing it. It's incredible. So let's see what happens. All right, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that one. We're gonna keep it pushing. On Wednesday, we are having a Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct. Okay, that's 6/18. That's gonna be at 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. Am I gonna go live? I believe I'm going live for this one. It's gonna be about a 15-minute presentation. You know what? I'm not gonna go live. It's only 15 minutes. We could just look at it later on in the day. But yeah, be on the lookout. That's on Wednesday, right? So we're gonna pay attention to that. Donkey Kong is my favorite Nintendo character. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully it's a good one. All right, let's keep moving because sticking with Nintendo, they have set another record by selling 1.1 million units in the launch week in the United States. My goodness, we gotta drop a bomb for Nintendo. Unbelievable. Yo, Lunchi, what it do, my brother? The Nintendo has done an incredible launch, selling the 3.5 million units in 4 days, right? Which we know about, and selling twice as fast as the original Nintendo Switch. Adding to that incredible launch, Circana analyst and executive director Matt Piscatella just reported that the Nintendo Switch 2 sets a new record for launch week sales in the U.S., selling 1.1 million units in its first week on the U.S. market, which beat out the previous record holder, the PlayStation 4. Piscatella also reported that 79% of players who bought the Switch 2 during its launch week also bought Mario Kart, either through the console bundle or separately. Yeah, that number, you got to break that down better because, like they said, it came in a bundle. Obviously, you know, it's breaking records, so obviously the Mario Kart world is going to skyrocket. So he got to break that down a little bit. We need to know which from which, right? Separately from the bundle. But just getting back to this, this is tremendous work. This is nasty work, by the way, right? Because like I kept telling you before the release, stop comparing this to a PlayStation. This is not a PlayStation. Nintendo does not belong in the same conversation as PlayStation. Okay? It never has and it never will be. Because that's not Nintendo's lane. So all these people that you seen out here that was clowning Nintendo, who's gonna buy this? I'm not buying this. I'm not gonna buy it. This is what I kept telling y'all. Like, relax. Relax. Time is gonna move on. What's gonna happen? People gonna start changing their minds. What happened? Fast forward, 3.5 million units in 4 days. Fast forward, 1.1 million units beating out the PlayStation 4 record. Now nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it now, right? You haven't noticed? Are we still doing comparisons or no? Oh, that's over with already. That's over with. Because I kept telling y'all, relax. This is not competition to PlayStation. You're gonna buy Nintendo. I kept saying it. You could go back and listen. I kept saying the same thing over and over. You're going to buy Nintendo for what you know Nintendo to be good for. People comparing third-party games to a PlayStation console. For what? For what? When have you ever done that? Why start now? Now because they got a more powerful console? So now you want to compare it? Because Digital Foundry saying that it's somewhere similar to a PS4? So you want... Digital Foundry's just doing their job. That's all they was doing. But people trying to take that and run with it to go console war. When it should have never been that. Because I don't see it no more. People out here buying Nintendo Switch 2s. What happened? I thought it was trash. I thought it wasn't better than PlayStation. I thought it was get a PlayStation. Don't get a Switch. Get a PlayStation. That's what I thought it was. Now the tune has changed. It's different now. Now everybody wants one. I told you, just wait. Just wait. And that's not even the end of it because the big games haven't even come out yet. So just wait. Wait until the new Legend of Zelda game comes out. And that new Mario 3D World comes out. And the rest of those huge franchises. But anyways, I'm not going to harp too much on it. That's it for that, right? So shout out to Nintendo. And also, did I tweet about this? Right? Yeah, I did. I said, here goes, when this initial post came out with the 1.1. Here you go. Here goes for the people that were too busy console warring and hating on Nintendo, comparing it to PlayStation. They don't share the same audience. They don't care about PlayStation's cutting-edge graphics. And was the very reason I said to stop comparing the two. Right? And it just so happened, like 10 minutes later, here comes a Yoshi. This article comes out. I'm telling you, it happened like 10 minutes after I put out that tweet. Today, this article comes up. Former exec PlayStation didn't view Nintendo as competition, except in Japan. That was the only place, because it's Japan, right? But outside of that, they never viewed Nintendo as competition. So that's Yoshi right there. Maintains, what do you say here? They maintain a different audience. I can't make this up. I can't make it up. I put out my tweet before this article came out. And then Genki puts it out. Yoshi said, working for PlayStation, their perception of the competition is always Xbox. They see Microsoft being the competition because Xbox is very similar. Huh? Is that so, Yoshi? Performance and hardware. Like a high-end console. Mature games. Nintendo is very, very different. It's a family-friendly games for everyone and not about technology. It's about having fun with friends and family and always have multiple controllers bundled with the hardware. But I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not salty enough for the PlayStation community. I'm not salty enough. I don't get at Xbox too much. I'm not over here just harping on the 24/7. Sorry. I got other things to talk about. Inside Sony, even when they do a business analysis, Nintendo doesn't show up. So there's a competition market between PlayStation and Xbox, and somehow they don't include Nintendo. Not that they're ignoring Nintendo, but that they do not necessarily feel Nintendo is competition because Nintendo is covering a different audience. What I've been saying the whole time. I don't even feel like I need to continue anymore with this article. What I've been saying the whole time. Of course, there's a huge respect for Nintendo. Does in terms of how Nintendo should be doing in the industry. We all felt that it's great to have Nintendo continue to be successful so that we can grow the industry. Continue to grow the industry together kind of feeling. Because what I told you, Nintendo took on the role of introducing the babies to gaming. That's their role. That's their primary role in the industry. Give me your little kid. Let me put this controller in that baby's hand and introduce him to the world of video games. That's their job. Yeah, we got the characters for them. Don't worry. Mario and them, they love the kids. And the kids love them. That's their job. Leave them right there. That's where they belong. Kids grow up just like me. I grew up with Nintendo. I had the first Nintendo, the NES. I had the very first Nintendo. What I do? I grew up with it. Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. I kept going. But by the time 64 came out, I'm a little bit older. The PlayStation's coming out. The Sega Saturn's coming out. What do? I tend to shift a little now. I bought the GameCube. But after the GameCube, that was it. Because now I have matured and now I have moved on to PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and Sega Dreamcast. Other things that are more for me now because I'm grown. Okay? But what happens? There's babies being born every single day. So what does Nintendo do? If you don't decide to come back, it was nice to have you. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy video games. I hope we've done a great job introducing you to the video games. This baby is next. Here you go. That's it. Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. Absolutely disgusting, bro. Let's move on. According to sales estimates, I'm not going by any particular order, so if I'm just going. Final Fantasy 16 had a rough first week on Xbox, selling just 22,000 copies on Xbox as of yesterday. Absolutely disgusting. But you know what? That's good for Square Enix. There you go. Granted, I showed you on Friday why Square Enix decided to shift and go multi-plat. I showed you the numbers, and I showed you like them barely breaking even with the 3 million sold on PlayStation. So, especially Square Enix with a franchise like Final Fantasy, they expect a lot more. So they didn't like those numbers. They expected more. Okay, this is Final Fantasy 16. You know what I'm saying? Like, we here, Sony. Where your people's at? Where your people's at? 3 million in 1 week. We should have been at 6 million 1 week. This is Final Fantasy 16. Granted, I'm not talking about all the issues it had, whatever. I'm just talking about the game, right? Just the sales, just the brand, the franchise, pre-sale orders. That's what I'm talking about. We should have been at like 6 million probably, they thinking. Apparently that number's too low. And I showed you the numbers. They were barely breaking even. Or barely making a profit. So, they decided to go multi-plat. And that's what they get. There you go, Square Enix. I hope you happy. Because I don't know what the hell y'all was thinking. Nobody buys games on Xbox. So, I would love to know what number they were expecting when they shifted over to Xbox. I would love to know what number Square Enix had in mind. Because I know it wasn't that. But I would just like to know, like, what was the number y'all was going for? So, that's the, if you don't put your game on Game Pass on Xbox, that's what happens. That's why the majority, a lot of these brands, a lot of these developers, I believe that's why, not all of them, but I believe that's why a lot of them take the check. Because it's like basically, we might not even make more money than whatever the check says that Phil's giving us. We might as well take the check and just put it on Game Pass and take our chances on PlayStation and PC. Because that's basically what Sandfall did with Expedition 33. That's basically what they did. They took the check from Phil. So now they got that money guaranteed. And now they took the chance with PlayStation. And look at what it did. So it is what it is. You know, I don't feel bad towards Square Enix. I don't feel nothing. It is what it is. They want to do that. That's their company. There you go. Have at it. There you go. And the thing about Sony is that these people are all about money so much that if Square was to come back and knock on the door and be like, yo, you know what? We coming back. We're not stepping out the door. We don't like what we saw out there. We want to come back. PlayStation will just take them back. But like, yeah, just come. Be exclusive. It don't even matter. Don't sweat it. They won't even raise the percentage of what PlayStation gets off the game sales. They'll leave everything just like how it is. Just come on back. That's that. But yeah, as far as this on Xbox, absolutely disgusting. You see people hyping it up. Oh. Next thing you know, 22,000. Everybody has their opinion. Oh, they shouldn't have waited this long. Blah, blah, blah. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. They here now. You're going to keep complaining. The game is here right now, though. Like, who are you to tell Square Enix they took too long to go? Bro, they've been in bed with PlayStation this entire time. What the hell do you think has been going on this whole time? What do you think has been going on? Bro, they've been with PlayStation since the beginning of time, bro. Since I was walking around in Blockbuster for hours. That's all I could. That's one of the main games that is stuck in my head. That picture with Cloud, that Final Fantasy VII picture. That is Cloud with the big sword looking up. That image is legendary in my mind, bro. Like, that image never comes out of my mind because it's one of the pictures that I always saw in Blockbuster. It's just like, it stood out. They've always been with PlayStation. So who are you Xbox fans to come and say, oh, y'all took too long to get over here? What the hell are you talking about? Like, shut up and buy the damn game. You've been crying this whole time. Go buy it and shut up. These people always want to find something to have clickbait for. I don't get it. Like, shut the hell up. Buy the game if you're going to buy it. We're moving on. If you into buying this, if you planning on purchasing Rematch, it's not going to have crossplay at launch. They're going to be working on it. That's not to say that it's not going to have crossplay. At launch, it's not going to have it, okay? They're going to be working on it, and eventually they're going to fix it, and they're going to have crossplay, okay? So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. This is in early access right now. I believe it's for the people who bought the premium edition. This Thursday. Wait. Wait. Does it say here? Who paid? Okay, wait. Rematch is already available for those who paid for early access. And it was only about an hour before that early access that they said that news. Okay. Let me look real quick. Hold on. But I want to give y'all the right information. Advanced access right here. So the $40 one, okay? Elite Edition, Advanced Access. This just gives you more in-game items, okay? But both of these give you early access, meaning you can play it right now, okay? This game is live right now. So it's just $40, okay? If y'all into it, if y'all trying to buy that game, there it is, okay? So that's it for that. All right. We're gonna keep moving here. Because according to Herman Host, yo, Herman is funny, bro. Yo, these people funny over at PlayStation, bro. These people make me laugh, bro. These people make me laugh because according to Herman, what was it that he said? That they've been getting strong. Did he put it here? No, he didn't even put it here. Y'all know what he said in that damn fire chat. They've been getting strong from the beta, strong reaction. Marathon's gonna be a hit. So Push Square puts out a poll. Okay? A total of 70 titles were included in this poll. And over 6,000 votes were casted by the community. Okay? So let's go through the games. You got all these right here, okay? These were all the games that were in the poll. Okay? The multiplayer extraction game received just 18 votes out of 6,047, placing it 47 out of 70. Okay? 18, look at it right here. This is it right here. Marathon. 18 votes. 0.3. Okay? And now you want this right here blew my mind, right? This right here blew my mind right here. I saw this. Because you know what got the most votes? Right? This is a PlayStation. Right? This is the interest that they looking for, the most anticipated PS5 game, excuse me. The most anticipated PS5 games. You know what won? You know what got the highest number? And this is what I be talking about. This is what I be talking about. Look what got the most votes. Look at what got the most votes for the most anticipated PlayStation 5 games. See that? In this little section. In this little section with all these games, you got Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 with the most votes. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that one. We're going to keep it moving. Hopefully Herman Host knows what he's doing. They're so successful, okay? It don't matter what PlayStation does. They're going to succeed. Let's see what happens with Marathon. Then let's see what happens with Fair Games. We already saw what happened with Concord. We saw what happened with Arrowhead and Helldivers 2. Arrowhead has left the building, in case you didn't know. They've been bought out by Tencent. They're making their own game now. They're going to focus on that project now, not on Helldivers 3. Helldivers 2 is about to get less and less updates. When that dies down, what you going to play? Arrowhead's going to be focused on their new game. They ain't going to have time for you no more. Okay? The last 3 years, God of War Ragnarok, which is a cross-gen title, Spider-Man 2, in October this year, we going to get Ghost of Yote. Let's move on to the next topic here. Because I'm saving the best for last. One of an intriguing topic, I'm saving it for last. I already read this. What am I doing here? Let me get to this. The Witcher 4 is being made for the console first approach for the first time, okay? They targeting 60 frames on the excuse me. To target 60 frames on the Series S will be extremely challenging, they said. CPR, okay? Project Red. So they say here. Following the stunning Witcher 4 demo shown during the State of Unreal presentation, Digital Foundry's Alex Battaglia had the unique opportunity to fly to Poland and meet CD Projekt Red and Epic to discuss what went into the demo and what kind of work the studio has ahead itself for the full game. During the lengthy interview, this is when when Alex is asking him. I could just play you the damn section if y'all want me. But this is what he had to say, right? As far as them going and developing the game for the console first to get that running with ray tracing features on the console running at 60 frames and moving on from there before they will do PC first and scale down to the console. Now they're doing console first and upscale to PC. Okay? That's what they're doing. This is what he had to say. When we started collaboration, we had super high ambitions for this project. We always do PC, and we pushed, and then we tried to scale down. But then we had so many problems in the past that we tried to see, okay, this time around, we really want to be more of a console-first development. Then we worked with Unreal, and we saw the challenge to realize the ambition that to make what we want, 60 frames per second on PS5, there would be work. This is why we started to talk to figure out what needs to be done with the technology. And we also decided, okay, we need to have all those things that need to be developed. Where do we go from there? It's hard to say. But right now, we really want to focus on what does it mean to make this ambition on a console. We really wanted to aim for 60 frames and not go back to 30. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate your kindness. I appreciate you thinking about us. So thank you. Let's continue here. At this stage, we are perfectly aware that we still have a lot of work ahead of us. This is a tech demo. Not a whole gameplay loop is implemented. There's no combat. There's a lot of things that don't work, but still the ambition is set. So this is where we want to aim for The Witcher 4. It's too early to say if we manage to nail it, but we'll work as hard as we can to make it for sure. Now, this is what I was saying. That's why I tweeted out, as soon as I found out that it was a tech demo, I put shaking my head. I went like this. I said, dang. I mean, dang. Because it defeated the purpose. It defeated the purpose. What you're showing us is what Unreal can do. Unreal Engine. That's what you're showing us. You didn't show us no type of gameplay, no nothing. That's a tech demo. It could look as beautiful as it wants to look. The execution has to be so on the money for that game to look like how that tech demo looked. On a base PS5. And we've seen all the issues that we have come across with Unreal Engine on the base PS5. I'm not saying that they're not going to do it. I'm just saying that as soon as I saw that it was a tech demo, I put shaking my head because I was like, oh, forget about it. I was excited. And once I saw that, I was like, oh, forget it. Never mind. I take that back. The PS5 is not, however, the lowest of current generation consoles when it comes to hardware performance. There's the Xbox Series S. The Tremblay admitted that the developers haven't begun to optimize The Witcher 4 for it yet, adding that it will be extremely challenging to get it to run at 60 frames. I wish we did a lot of work already on that, but we did not. So this is something that is next on our radar for sure. I will say that 60 frames will definitely be extremely challenging on the Xbox Series S. Let's just say that this is something that we need to figure out. Interestingly, Epic considers Software Lumen ray tracing to be a thing of the past due to several limitations, which is why the demo created for The Witcher 4 already implements hardware ray tracing Lumen. CD Projekt Red, on the other hand, mentioned that they will want to scale up for a high-end PC, although the format that scaling will take remains to be seen at this point. Getting back to this Series S, right? Getting back to this Series S is absolutely disgusting to me. Especially, I don't know if CD Projekt Red is aware about this. Okay? Especially when you're looking at this right here. Okay? You're looking at this right here. That should completely change your mind. That should completely. You should be able, I believe that these developers should be able to negotiate with Xbox for more money to put their games on that console. They really should. Because this is absolutely disgusting right here. So I don't know if Project Red is aware of this right here, this number. I don't know if they're aware of it. But somebody needs to let them know. Because it looks like they're working very hard. And for what? Okay? It looks like they're working very hard. And I will say to that, for what? You're not going to sell on Xbox anyways. Are you planning on putting it on Game Pass? I highly doubt that. So what are you doing it for? They're not going to buy your game. It probably bumps up to, let's 22,000. Let's say it bumps up, right? Let's just say, I'm going to give Xbox, I'm going to be gracious. I'm going to be kind, right? Let's say it sells 100,000 on Xbox. That's not enough for me to be in the lab, blood, sweat, and tears. That is not enough for all the work I'm putting in for The Witcher 4, which is about to be, it's supposed to be a huge project. When The Witcher 4 comes out, it's going to be a big deal. This is not no little game. This is going to be huge. So you want me to put in all this extra work for your little console over there? Meanwhile, y'all over here selling 22,000 copies of Final Fantasy. If I was somebody that works within CD Projekt Red, I would absolutely bring that to their attention. I will bring this to their attention immediately and let them know what it is. Listen, leave that Series S port for later. We ain't got time to think about that. We got to dig deep. We got to see. We just finished showing off a tech demo that we said is on the PlayStation 5 base console. That's what we need to focus on right now. We got to make it so when this game comes out, it needs to look somewhat identical to what we're showing them. So that should be the main focus of CD Projekt Red, not porting this to the Series S. So let's see what happens. I'm pulling for them. I hope they get this done because it sounds like they're really working hard. Just like Machine Games, when I was pulling for them, when they were working on Indiana Jones, and they were working hard, and they were talking about, you know, the challenges of the Series S, but that they were going to really, really try their hardest to make it happen. And the game comes out, and it does run on 60 frames. That was a lot of work put into that game by them. That's why I saluted them. I say, yo, huge congrats to Machine Games for pulling that off. Because I know that wasn't easy. But they did it. So shout outs to them. Now, we got CD Projekt Red. Let's hope they do the same thing. Let's hope that they could accomplish it. But listen, looking at those sales numbers from Final Fantasy, I would bring that to their attention immediately, and I will let them know. I don't think it's worth it. Let's focus on that port later on. We don't need to focus on that. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that one. Other fact, real quick, the fact that they are focusing now on building it for console first and then moving up, I believe it's the right thing to do. Because it's like he said, you know, it's a lot easier to scale up than to scale down. That's why they've had, you know, all the debacles that they've had in the past. You know, because they're pushing the high-end PCs. They're pushing it. Forgetting about the console. Consoles can't handle all that. So now they got to figure out a way to scale down. Right? And that's a hard thing to do. Where now they could focus on down here first. Let's get this right here. And once we scale up, we know we can handle that. So, I feel like it's the right move. I feel like it's the right thing to do. All right? It's the right strategy to go with. All right? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that one. We moving on. We're over at Eurogamer, and supposedly something's going on with Redemption, okay? The Star is teasing he cannot wait for us to know about a big announcement that's coming before Friday. Let's take you to what he has to say right away. Quote, I've got such exciting news, he teased. I can't share with you right now, and it's absolutely killing me. By the end of this week, hopefully sooner, you're going to, not this week, I guess, probably not as soon as tomorrow, but definitely before Friday. Oh my goodness, the news that I have to share, and I won't be the only one sharing it. He continues here. I cannot wait for you to know what's going on, he added. All that I can say is, and that's all I can say, excuse me. And I'm not trying to be, I'm just telling. That's the only thing I can think about right now. And you will know soon enough. I can't wait for you to know. I am so excited, but I truly cannot think about anything else, especially playing this game. I can't think of anything else. Oh, then what I want to tell you so bad. Okay, and that's all he had to say there, okay? Listen. What do y'all think this is? Because he's going too hard for me. He's going a little bit too hard for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got you. I've Molly. On that rematch joint. Yeah, this. What y'all think he trying to say? My man's going way too hard. Like, what's up with all this? Like, what? Why are you going so hard? Are you announcing a Red Dead Redemption 3? Is that what you're doing? Because the way he's going about it is he going off the rails. He's like, oh my. The only thing that's going to get, is the Red Dead Redemption 3. That's the only thing that's going to get me like that. So what the hell is this guy talking about? Let's wait and see before Friday. All right? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. So apparently Kojima made changes to Death Stranding 2 as tester liked it too much. Says composer Woodkid. This is what he had to say. Let's skip straight to it. Oh, okay. There's a key moment where we had a discussion, probably halfway through, when we were doing the game, where he came to me and said, we have a problem. Then he said, I'm going to be very honest. We have been testing the game with players and the results are too good. They like it too much. That means something is wrong. We have to change something. And he changed stuff in the script and the way some crucial stuff happens in the game, because he thought his work was not polarizing and not triggering enough emotions. Continues. And he said, if everyone likes it, it means it's mainstream. It means it's conventional. It means it's already pre-digested for people to like it. And I don't want that. I want people to end up liking things they didn't like when they first encountered it, because that's where you really end up loving something. And that was really a lesson for me. Not doing stuff to please people, but to make them shift a little bit and move on. Okay? So that's what he had to say there. Listen, we're gonna have to take that for what it is. I don't know what game he had at the moment that he decided to switch. I don't know what Kojima thinks. Nobody does. He has a mind of his own. He works to the sound of his own beat, and we just gotta let him be. So let's see what it is. He already said that this game has more action, so that should be fine with a lot of people. Whatever problem he's talking about, we're gonna have to wait and see, okay? That game is coming out June 26th, by the way, okay? And by the way, if you did order this game, if you are looking to play it, this campaign is about 80 hours long, so get ready. So, let's keep on moving here. Because apparently, Mind's Eye is now 2025's worst rated game, following that bug-ridden. If we look here, people, they are sitting at a Metacritic score of 43. Matter of fact, let me see right now what it's sitting on. Let me see right now. Let me see right now. What? Oh my goodness. Look at this. I gotta drop a bomb for this.
Finish him.
Listen, he can't say the community wasn't pulling for him. We was pulling for you. We went out, we bought the game. We thought you was gonna be that game, to hold us down until the likes of GTA comes out. We didn't want to believe everything that was being said out there. We blocked out all the noise. We gave you a chance. Spend our hard-earned money. $60. Gave us that game. These are your results. A 37 on the Metacritic, ladies and gentlemen.
Finish him.
Absolutely disgusting. Oh my goodness. Listen, I'm not booting up this game again. What this game did to my PC, I'm not booting up the game anymore. It's so sad what happened with this game, because a lot of people were pulling for it, bro. A lot of people. And a lot of people are still willing to give it a chance, believe it or not. But not me. I'm moving on from the game. I don't like what that game did to my PC, bro. It shut down my Streamlabs. Like, it was dead ass messing. It was dead ass messing with my PC, bro. Like, dead ass. I kept thinking, I'm like, yo, my PC is bugging? Like, as I was streaming, I kept running into issues. And the first part of the stream, I had to end it, because I thought it was something wrong with my PC, with my internet and things like that. And I end the stream. I call my internet provider. I let them know. They're like, oh, everything looks good, blah, blah, blah. Put it back up, bet. I do a part 2 of the game. I come right back. I gameplay part 2. The same issues again. Issues. I see my PC slowing down. I'm like, yo, what the heck? Like, what's going on, bro? All over the place. Glitch. The game is a mess, right? The game is a mess. On top of all the glitches, on top of everything it was doing to my PC, on top of it shutting down my Streamlabs, like shutting it down, the game is just a mess, bro. The game has no sense of direction. It don't have no clear, like, direction to where it wants to take you. It's so bland. Nobody in the world, completely dead. You can't get out your car if you're in the mission. You're in your car all the way till you get to the mission. The story is good, but it's not the greatest story. You know what I'm saying? But the story's good. You could tell that the game is just, it wasn't ready. It was not ready. The AI is doing a bunch of stuff that you looking at them like, well, what the hell's wrong with that AI? They got to take that L. 37 on the Metacritic. That's the score right there, okay? They got to take that L. If I tried to get my money back, I couldn't get them. I couldn't get it back because I had played the game already for over 2 hours, so I couldn't get my money. And listen, I just got to put that behind me, and I got to move forward. I got to forget about it. I got to continue moving forward. And that's that, bro. Because this is absolutely disgusting, bro. Right now, this very moment, I should have been playing Mind's Eye. I could have been playing Mind's Eye right now. Streaming it right now. That was my plan. But unfortunately, here we are. Okay? So that's it for that. And okay, so for the last topic here, of the stream, here we are. Because apparently, this is what's causing the huge delay to Grand Theft Auto 6, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't played it. I haven't played it, Lunchi. I have not played it yet, and I refuse to boot that up. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. So apparently, this is what's causing GTA to take this long to release. They said here that GTA story was rejected 3 times, causing Dan Houser to step down. My goodness, people. It's claimed that Take-Two Interactive wasn't keen on the first 3 incarnations of the GTA 6 story. After the 3rd idea was rejected, the enormity of the project and the rebooted work allegedly caused Dan Houser to step down from his position. I'll explain why you shouldn't put all your eggs into one basket with it. Okay. Grand Theft Auto 6 is the biggest game ever, and it's not out for another year. But when it's eventually released, it will be a landmark occasion. A story has suggested that we might be lucky to be getting a GTA 6 at all, as the game has been through a tricky development cycle. GTA 6 story was rejected by Take-Two multiple times. My goodness. Was this Fravolous through Medium? I don't know if you pronounce that name like that. Is an unproven source, which is why we're somewhat hesitant to go full board this rumor. But their explanation of Rockstar behind the scenes work of GTA 6 is interesting to hear. The text is also translated, and we've done our best to communicate the information accurately, so bear with us if it's not perfect. The writer has claimed that there have been 3 different versions of the GTA script. Bravili said that the first pitch for the story was a detective story worthy of a thriller centered around 3 protagonists. There was a lot of steam for this pitch, and it was in development until the end of 2016. Ultimately, Take-Two vetoed the project and cited it as too dark and did not meet their expectations. I don't know if I believe that one, because why would Rockstar come from GTA 5 having 3 protagonists to going on to GTA 6 and having another 3 protagonists? I don't see how that works. I don't believe that Rockstar will make a decision like that. You know? So I don't believe that one. Story number 2. Switch to 2 protagonists, a policewoman and a drug smuggler's underlying as crazy as Trevor from GTA 5. This version was in development for 18 months. Unfortunately, this too was eventually canned by Take-Two, it's claimed. A third prototype was born in the similar vein to the second story pitch. Okay, so that was the second version, right? It was a policewoman and a drug smuggler's underling as crazy as Trevor from GTA 5. I don't believe that one either. Okay? I don't believe this one either. I just don't see how that... I'm trying to think. Because the only thing that could come to my mind that's somewhat close to... But not even, bro. But somewhat is Breaking Bad. Because Breaking Bad, you know, Heisenberg was the guy, but his... Was that his brother-in-law? Yeah, I believe his brother-in-law was the detective. Damn, I haven't watched that series in so long. Yeah, his brother-in-law was the detective. But it's still not the same thing. So, I don't believe that. Because I feel like if they would have done something like this, it would have been in the lines of Breaking Bad. That's how I feel something like that would have worked. Not like that. A policewoman, nah, I don't think that would have worked. Nah. So I don't believe that story either. The third one was similar vein to the second story pitch. Only the grieving policewoman was replaced by an African-American man, a former soldier, released from prison and falling into the criminal underworld. This was canceled in March of 2019. Dan Houser had a break from GTA 6 before deciding to step down and temporarily relinquish his duties as vice president of creative. Okay? So that was it right there. The other one, from that policewoman, they changed it to an African-American man, a former soldier, releasing from prison and falling into the criminal underworld. I'm trying to see how that could work. An African-American man, a former soldier, released from prison and has fallen into the criminal underworld. I don't think that could work either. Like they said, this sounds a little too dark as well. That sounds too dark, right? This one here with the policewoman just sounds like the story was bad. That's just a bad story. Especially being as crazy as Trevor with a policewoman. Nah, that wasn't gonna work. Sorry. And the other one was the detective story that it was like a thriller with 3 protagonists. I don't believe that. I don't believe that either. So after that happened, 2019, a lot of this needs to be taken with a pinch of salt. But if it's true, explains why it's taken so long for GTA 6 to see the light of day. It also links up with the Project Americas, the code name for GTA 6 at one point, suggesting that Rockstar wanted multiple protagonists and cities at first. But the vision eventually changed to 2 characters, including a Latino woman we know now as Lucia. So what do you think about this? Okay, so that's it right there. And you know what? If this is true, then we got to give props to Rockstar for turning these down, right? For actually scrapping it. Because look, you saw there. What was it? Yeah, you saw here the first one. That was in development up until 2016. So they was putting in work with that story right there, with the 3 protagonists. You know, the fact that they decided to can it, we got to give them credit for that. The second one comes. That's in development for a total of 18 months. Okay? That one comes in. The second story with the policewoman, somewhere in between the 18 months, they shift and they go to the African American man that got released from prison, a former soldier, in a matter of 18 months. They canned that, which is another, very good move by Rockstar. So we got to give them credit for that, because you have now canned 2 projects. Not 2 projects, but 2 ideas. After spending 18 months on that, and after spending a whole, that's like 3 years into development, or 2 years. So you've killed right there, I will say, like 3 years of development time right there. So think about that. So we could have if they would have had the story that they got right now, we could have had Grand Theft Auto. But, things happen for a reason, right? Things happen for a reason. And this is actually like good for Rockstar. The building that anticipation, the buildup is real. And that actually gave them more time to do more things probably that they wanted to actually do with the game. So to come to the conclusion that they've came to that Bonnie and Clyde story, you got to give them credit for that. You got to give them credit for that. And if this is true, then it's clearly is understandable why they took this long. Clearly. And I'm with that 100%. But it's true. Those other stories were not gonna work. Horrible. That was horrible right there. These stories were not gonna be it, bro. And it's true. That's not a GTA story. It sounds way too dark. And it's true. So, we gotta give them props for noticing that and having the ability to scrap it, even being 2 years deep into development, 3 years deep into development. You got to give them credit for that, because a lot of people would not do that. So again, these are rumors. Supposedly, allegedly, that's what ended up causing Dan Houser to step down. Again, these are rumors. It is what it is, right? It's just interesting, because if it is the case, then it's very understandable. And I would have done the same thing. I would have canned it. I would have started over until we got something, concrete and something good to continue building the game on. So that's it right there for the main topics of the show. Let me see if I got some rapid fire news for y'all. Let me see if I got some rapid fire news for y'all real quick. I spoke to you about that. I spoke to you. Okay, I said. Yeah, I think I pretty much covered every. Who in here is on Game Pass? Y'all got Game Pass? Nobody here on Game Pass. Or even PC Game Pass at that. Especially PC Game Pass. Bro, look at this, bro. Look at the generation, right? Look at this. That's a Zuby Tech. Look at this. Yeah. Q1 2025. Look at TikTok, bro. Over YouTube. Look at that. Look at it over Instagram, bro. Remember Instagram was at one point at the top? Remember Facebook at one point was at the top of the food chain, bro? Instagram? Bro, look at TikTok. This is the generation. This is where things are headed. Okay? This is why these companies keep on talking about live service. This is why. Because look at the generation that's coming behind this generation, especially behind my generation. Right? So you look at this, and this is the total amount of hours per day. Okay? This is what you're looking at. The total amount of hours per day on social media, according to Sony. 108 hours a day. Minutes, I should say, because it says minutes in the bottom. Minutes, okay? A day, TikTok. So, I'm going to show you this. So pay attention. This is also information, like I keep telling you. Saying what? These people get all this information before it gets to us. Okay? This is what I keep on telling y'all. Why y'all keep questioning why Sony's doing this, why they doing that. On top of their single player games not selling, okay? Because that's first and foremost. On top of their single player games not selling the way they should be, they're also looking at these numbers right here and seeing why. Being why they bought out Crunchyroll and want to be in the anime, want to start doing anime films and all that. Everything comes into play. Especially after seeing a chart like this. Everything comes into play. Seeing the numbers of Call of Duty, of Fortnite, Overwatch, Warzone, Marvel Rivals, FC 25, Madden, NBA 2K, NCAA, MLB The Show. They look at all this. Look at all this. We're going to see. This is why I'm telling you. We're going to see. First up, even though it's not a first-party studio, but we got Death Stranding 2. Let's see how much Death Stranding 2 sells. Let's just see. And we'll go from there. Because after that is Ghost of Yotei. Now, you know I'm expecting big-time numbers from the Ghost of Yotei. I'm expecting big-time numbers. And just to give you a hint, Yeah, more than Final Fantasy's 3 million in 1 week. I'm expecting more than that for Ghost of Yotei. Let's wait and see what happens, okay? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that one. Let me look for some trailers, and we're going to rock out for a little bit, and then we out of here. Appreciate everybody pulling up. Facts. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all rocking with the gifted one here, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. It was your first time, man. Share out the stream. All that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Yeah, man. What's this? We're gonna rock out for a few. If y'all got questions, comments, concerns, let me know, man. By the way, I did tell my members already this morning on Discord. I already spoke to them. Come July, the content is gonna slow down because I'm working on other things, right, outside of this YouTube thing. So the content will be slowing down. I won't be going live as much. I won't be going live every day like how I am. Because what I'm working on is going to take too much time. Too much energy. A lot of focus. So I will not be able to be streaming every single day, going live. I'm not going to do it. So I already let the members know this morning on the Discord. All right. So just letting y'all know, just a heads up. All right. Thank y'all very much. Death Stranding 2 on the beach is going to be 91 gigs. Okay? 90. So free up 91 gigs. I'm noticing also that people trying to like tell people like, oh, like not to be on Game Pass and things like that. Like, no, but listen, man. If you're on Game Pass and that's what you're enjoying, then enjoy it. If you don't care about owning the game, you just want to play it and move on and experience it, then do just that. Don't worry about what anybody's saying because it doesn't matter, okay? The service is there. How are they telling you not to be on Game Pass to actually buy the game when the developers themselves are taking the check from Microsoft to put their games on that service? How is that your fault now? I don't understand that. How is that your fault? They took the check. They told Microsoft, you can have my game. Here you go. Put it on Game Pass. The people who are under the Microsoft umbrella, like I told you, they don't have an option. They don't have an option. They don't seem to care. They're not complaining. They're not saying anything. So why should you? Why should you complain for those companies under the Microsoft umbrella if they're not doing anything about it? They over there, they chilling. I'm pretty sure they still getting paid a good amount of money. They got a good salary. They chilling. They under Microsoft. The ones that are not, and you do see their games appear there, is because they took a check. For what? For you who are subscribed to the service to enjoy the game. This is what you paying us. This is what you're paying for. This is what we're doing for you. We're trying to get more games on the service. That's a Microsoft issue. People need to point the fingers at them. Go at Microsoft. At the whole industry don't seem to like it. Game Pass, get together and shoot over at Microsoft, not at the people under the subscription. Don't do that. They being offered the service. It's there. If you want to use it, then use it. So don't think that people out here talking to you like, oh, buy the game. Why you on Game Pass? Buy the game. The service is there. That's why I'm on Game Pass, because it's there. Tell them to take it off and I won't be there. But it's there. Until then, I'll see you later. So don't let nobody talk you into, oh, buy your games. Why you renting them on Game Pass? This, that, and the third. You do the hell. You could do whatever the hell you want to do. Stop listening to these people. Stop listening to these people. There's always an issue. It was the same thing about the Switch 2. Next thing you know, 3.0, a record. Everybody buying Switch 2s. Stop listening to these people. You want the real deal Holyfield, you come right here. Ask me the questions. I'll give you an honest answer, and that's that. So if you're on Game Pass, enjoy it. That's why the service is there. You want me to show you something? You want me to show you the games that are on Game Pass and that are coming to Game Pass? Do you want me to show you? Take a look at this. You want me to show you? There you go. There you go. You want me to show you? There you go. That's why I tell you, if you are I always especially talk to the PC gamer. If you are on PC, there's absolutely no way that you should not be subscribed to Game Pass for $11 a month. There's no way. Now, the console gamer, that's a different conversation. That's all going to depend on your pockets or whatever, like, you know. But look. This is what I'm talking to you about. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. That's why the service is there. While it's here, they deciding to give it to you, take advantage of it. $11 a month. Look at this. They basically gave you the game of the year, Expedition 33, free on Game Pass. That's the game of the year right there. Until further notice, because Death Stranding 2 is on the way. So we'll see what happens with Death Stranding 2. But until then, that's the game of the year right there. And it's free on Game Pass. Elder Scroll Oblivion Remastered. That went absolutely insane when it got shadow dropped. It's there. Okay. South of Midnight. A lot of people seem to enjoy that. Is there. Avowed is there. Doom the Dark Ages, which I had a blast, is there. Ninja Gaiden 4, which we are looking forward to, is there. The Outer Worlds 2 is there. Tony Hawk's 3 and 4 is there. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Granted, not the DLC. You're going to have to buy the DLC. But that's probably going to be like $30. Want to play it? If you want to buy it, buy it. But the base, the game, is there. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is there. Battle 4 Refantazio is there. Space Marine Master Crafted Edition, the new one that just dropped, remember? The remaster is there. Sorry. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is there. Gears of War Reloaded. Okay? Gears of War Reloaded is there. Mind you, even the beta is there for you to access it through Game Pass. Okay? Through Game Pass, the beta is accessible. You can play it. It's there. Clockwork Revolution. One of the games that completely, shocked me. And I can't wait to play that game. Is there. High on Life 2. A lot of people seem to like the game. It's there. Grounded 2 is there. Keeper was one of them other games I forgot that they showed that we didn't really like, I think. The new Plague Tale Requiem game is there. There are no ghosts at the Grand. I forgot which one that is. Is there. Athlon and Planet of Lena is there. That's a total of $1,000 of games right there. That's a total of $1,000 right there. Yeah, Lunchi. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a just because you got this, you can't hate on the other one either. Right? Like, nah. Because that's true. Like, if you are this type of gamer, don't complain to the people who actually buy the games. Because that's what they feel like doing. That's what they want to do. So, it goes both ways. Don't complain about people that spend money on video games. That's their money. They could do whatever the hell they want with their money. Just like you spending your money on being a subscriber to Game Pass. You're doing whatever the hell you want with your money. So if I want to buy a game, stop hating. I got the money. I want to buy it. What you looking at me for? Counting pockets for? So it goes both ways. So, listen, that's a lot of games right there, bro. And mind you, the Altars is there right now. The Alters is there right now, which is a phenomenal game so far. I'm having a blast with this game. Bro, if I boot up this game, bro, graphically, the visuals look absolutely incredible, bro. And the fact that it runs so good, I was completely blown away. I was like, bro. Like, why people not talking about this game more? Why is this not a highlighted game? You know, in the gaming community right now. Like, why aren't people not talking about this game? Like, it's incredible, bro. Not interested in any of this Game Pass games? That's fine. That's fine. You know? There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all good. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just pointing it out. Like, look at how many games, bro. Like, the Crash Bandicoot game is coming. Like I said, the Alters, right? I'm not including FBC because that's on PlayStation as well. Rematch is going to be on PlayStation as well. The Warhammer game that I just mentioned. The Borderlands, those Borderlands games, the Baldur's Gate. You know, and a bunch of other games. But yeah. That's all I had to say about that. Like, don't worry, like, if that's the type of gamer that you are, and you just pay for Game Pass and you play your games there or whatever it is, then that's fine, bro. Like, enjoy the games, pay for the subscription, and enjoy the game. Okay? You don't need to buy it. No, it's on Game Pass. You do not need to buy the game. It's there for a reason. You are already paying for the game. Okay? Game Pass is not free. You are paying for the game already. So just enjoy it. And stop listening to people. So, there's that, okay? Gonna spend a couple more minutes and we out of here, man. Yeah, I was playing that. The Alters, yeah, I was playing the Alters. Man, that game looks incredible, bro. And Stellar Blade, of course. I was streaming that one. That game is the PC. That game is incredible. PC. Grand Theft Auto, I gotta finish. And yeah, and then I'm gonna just wait for Death Stranding. But yeah, man, the Alters, if you're on Game Pass, absolutely try it out, bro. If you're on Game Pass, highly recommend you try out the Alters. Incredible. Why is it 11 on PC? Because that's what Microsoft wants you to do. Microsoft wants you to leave the console and move over to PCC. That's what they want you to do. Now, will they raise it on PC? Because, you know, Game Pass is about to get another increase. I don't know if it's going to be for console and PC, but as far as I know, it's going to be for console. So the $20 right now is going to go up. If they leave PC Game Pass at $11, That should say it all. That right there is gonna say it all. So we'll see. Let's wait and see what they do. But that's why they put it. That's why it's 11 on PC. They don't want to deal with people on console anymore. They're trying to get you to move away from that. That's why they also teaming up with Asus to create that handheld, to make it seem like it's an Xbox handheld, so you could move away from the console, you know, knowing that your games are gonna be play anywhere on the handheld. That's all it is. You know? That's all it is. That Ninja Gaiden 4 is gonna be crazy. Apparently, also Dune. Dune is doing great on Steam as well. Let me check the numbers. Let me check the number for Dune. Yeah, they peaked at 189,000. And right now they got 130,000 players in Dune Awakening. So that game is also doing good. You haven't gotten your Superman tickets? Go get them right now. That thing is about to sell out, and that movie is looking like it's gonna be good. Looking like Superman is back. Yo, that's crazy, bro. I'm not even gonna mention this, yo, but this is just so crazy. Ain't even gonna. Man, Borderlands 4 looks fire, bro. Also, today's the last day of the Hell Is Us demo. They probably took it off already. Today's the last day of the demo. That's another great game, bro. I enjoyed that demo. Hell Is Us is gonna be an incredible game. Also, Wu Chang. Wu Chang is going to Game Pass. I forgot to mention that. Right? That's another big title going over there. So be on the lookout for that. You know? Wu Chang is another game that's being very highly anticipated. So you got options, man. You got options. Lost Soul aside, oh, what's this? Hold on, my bad. We're not showing this. I don't know why this dude keeps showing this. Sorry about that. We're not showing that. Absolutely not. Not showing that fake ass footage. My bad, y'all. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't condone that leaked footage and all that. I don't do Lost Soul aside, it's hard because Metal Gear Solid is right there, bro. And I don't know how long Metal Gear is gonna take me to beat. Unless I do Lost Soul aside first. Because I'm pretty sure that game is gonna be a lot quicker to beat than Metal Gear. I might do it that way. Because I know everybody's going to be on Metal Gear when it comes out. You know? Oh. I don't want to do the same thing everybody else is doing. I think I might flip it and do Lost Soul aside first. And when I finish that, then I'll go to Metal Gear. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, you getting both? Yeah, I'm getting both. I'm gonna get both, but I think that's what I'm saying. I think I'm gonna focus first on Lost Soul aside, cause you know everybody's gonna be streaming Metal Gear, bro. Everybody. So I think I'm gonna let them do their thing with that, and I'm gonna just focus on Lost Soul, beat that, and then I'll cross over to Metal Gear. I think I'm gonna do it like that. But yeah, absolutely. Also, Lost Soul aside looks fire, bro. Damn, my man got smacked up. Oh, this look kind of fire. You could do third person and first person. That's kind of fire, bro. parkour. That's kind of fire. The gameplay will have to be very smooth for that game to work. Like, the gameplay has to be, like, seamless, bro, for this game to work. Woo. Yeah, you got an adrenaline boost. You gotta do a bunch of tricks to... Okay. That's fire, bro. I'm not gonna hold you, though. I don't know if I'm gonna beat Death Stranding 2, bro. That's 80 hours long, bro. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Honestly, I'm about to be busy now. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Let's see how it goes, man. But shout outs to everybody. I'm gonna get up out of here. Shout outs to everybody who pulled up today, man. Appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. Thank you to everybody who was in the chat. I appreciate it. Those of y'all who smashed the like button, I appreciate it as well. Thank y'all so much. For the members of the channel, man, I appreciate it very much. I'll let y'all know what's up in the Discord. Y'all already know what time it is. That being said, people, it is your boy, the Gifted One here. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. I'm gone.